Shalom, giving all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations, as always, to the elect. News and prophecy, linking the things that are happening worldwide to the Holy Scriptures as we approach the end of Esau's world. All right, we're crying for the beginning of a righteous kingdom associated with Jacob, as it says in the book of 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. Esau is the end of this age. All right, that's what Esau represents, as he received the blessing to have the fatness of the earth, meaning control of the earth and its resources via his policies. But ultimately, it will come to an end, starting with the coming of the prophets. As the scriptures say in Jeremiah 28 and 8, the prophets that have been before thee and before me of old prophesied against great kingdoms of war, of evils, and of pestilence. And since the prophets have come on to the planet Earth, okay, starting with Abba Bivens, leading all the way up, to notable men who labored. All right. And then, of course, our apostles, bishops, and elders, and those of us who have entered into their labors, this word has went out, in a very, very rapid rate. The living waters are flowing. And as you look out into the world, what you're witnessing is Revelation, the 13th chapter, which gives you the plan of the beast. You see how ultimately he would reign. He would fall in the form of the Western Roman Empire fall, and the deadly one would be healed via the Renaissance. All right. And it would lead all the way up to America. All right. Which would be the revival of Rome, along with the EU as well as NATO, to make them a dominant powerhouse, to have control over the resources, over trade, and pretty much over the minds of people, which that would ultimately be a partial rulership, a partial grip, as the Heavenly Father would use division, infighting, war, and many other means to break this whole alliance and beast system up. You see, and it talked about how they would call on their gods, and many other means to accomplish their plan. So when you look into the earth, you're witnessing Revelation, the 13th chapter, where the beast, it gives the outline of what he would do, how he would bring forth a mark to get total domination, to make all of the earth's population, in servitude unto him. Okay. As well as you Israelites. And when you get Revelation, the 14th chapter, all right, it gives, the pushback against that plan, which is fulfilled in a new song, the everlasting gospel that will be preached right before the Lord brought about his end. So you're witnessing those two things clash. All right. The prophets of Baal, which in this time is fulfilled in Esau, Edom, and his left-hand priesthood. All right. The elite bankers. And then you have us, starting with the men of the Lord, our apostles, bishops, elders, and us who've entered into their labors, and each member of the elect who is speaking the truth scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, those who are speaking the truth in sincerity. All right. Not trimming their way to seek love, preaching the everlasting gospel, which within that is a hardcore warning and doom for those who worship the beast, okay, who worship his image and who take his mark. See, this is why they're trying to get a grip of information flowing, because they're losing the information war. All right, as the everlasting gospel will be the means that, through the blood of Yahweh Shai, it says the testimony that will be given unto us, okay, along with no regard or love for this world, would be our victory. The scriptures say they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, see, which covers us, and by the word of our testimony. The scriptures say, out of the mouth of two witnesses or three shall he that is worthy of death, all right, be put to death, or a judgment. And there's a judgment written and foretold for the biblical Edomites, as well as the heathen nations, and also 2/3 of our own people, okay, who believe a lie. See? So it's us against the world through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And as the scriptures say, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Let's get that in the book of Ephesians, the 6th chapter. Okay. In the 10th verse, it says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might, because we're going to need strength. We're going to need supreme faith to get through what we're getting ready to go through, as this devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. See, and this testimony is what he's really after, as this gospel is the only true enemy of the NWO. Now, there are particular things others are saying, information that insiders are bringing out, which that would be a means of this devil falling as well, as his own tongue will fall on himself. But the true enemy of the NWO, and the true message that they really must get a hold of and stop, is the message of the prophets, who are given, the divine, communication through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, through the comforter, to speak his end into existence. That's the importance of the two witnesses, because we have to understand Esau Edom is a fugitive. See? So finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High. Prayer, fasting, faith, belief, rooting yourself in what the prophets are saying. Putting off this world. The belief and understanding of reincarnation. The belief that death, all right, isn't the end all be all. So if you have to, if you're faced with death, you ultimately give this life up. As it is written, some of us will have to take deaths, all right, for a testimony, for, as is written in Revelation, the 20th chapter, because we denied the beast, his image is marked. Now, but not all of us are going to die, but some of us might have to. All right. Being at peace with that is a part of the full armor, because if death and, what this world teaches you about death has power over you, then you're subject to make a crazy move when faced with adversity. See, your faith is weak if you faint at the time of adversity. This is why this grace period was given unto us. And this is why the Lord has allowed this world to go completely left, so that we can fully root ourselves in the faith, all right, of what's written in the volume of the book. So we're to put on the full armor of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that we may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And he has many wiles. Okay, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. As you have men bringing this out, saying, see, this ain't talking about the white man. Everybody's all up in the white man's ass, all up in the heathen's ass, trying to save them. Meanwhile, the heathen are plotting your destruction and plotting to fight against the Lord. And all of you guys who are crying and all up the heathen's ass, where are the heathen listening to you? The heathen don't give two shits about the throne of David being established on earth, or about righteousness being forwarded. See? And I'm not talking about the believers in Jesus Christ and this Christianity crap. I'm talking about belief in the full, true gospel, the volume of the book, the prophecies, okay, the promises, the covenants, and everything else that was promised unto the chosen seed of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. This world and the powers that rule it are against that. And from elementary school up, from the time you came out of the womb, you've been programmed to be against righteousness. You see? So we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Now, the book of Second Thessalonians, as we always get, okay, Second Thessalonians, the second chapter, told us that the man that will be in rulership, all right, Second Thessalonians 2:8, and then shall that wicked be revealed. So the end would not come until the wicked was revealed, who the wicked in the scriptures is associated with Esau, Edom. Now, yes, there's wicked Israelites, there's wicked people of all nations, but the wicked in the Holy Scriptures is synonymous with the biblical Edomites, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, all right, in particular the elites, right, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. But as the scriptures say, as did the ruler fall in ancient Egypt, so did the common person. So all of you Edomites are going down. See? And the ones with all of the money and power and influence, the Lord has given them power, wealth, all right, enough to get bunkers to survive the destruction that's coming, so that they can be the first fruits of going into captivity. This is all prophetic. This is all scriptural. And we're not going to back down now that we see that they're getting ready to come down on the prophets and come down on those who are speaking righteousness, man. We're going to stand firm in what we believe and what we teach. So the Lord is consuming him with the spirit of his mouth, which is the prophets, and destroying him with the brightness of his coming when he comes back, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders. Okay, I love how it's written in the NLT, and then we'll get into these articles. Okay, this man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit power, signs, and miracles. You see? And one of those counterfeit signs and miracles took place on December the 24th, all right, when the Pope supposedly opened a holy door that's synonymous, all right, with the opening of 5 portals, which we know CERN, all right, and all manner of evil these devils are doing in these latter days is associated with enchantments. See? Pope to open a holy door in a prison, a message of hope to prisoners. For the first time in the Jubilee tradition, Pope Francis will open a 5th sacred portal in a Roman prison on the 26th of December, a gesture of hope, see, that shows his ongoing closeness to detainees, which has been consistent throughout his pontificate. Okay? And what do these devils want freedom from? They want freedom from the Most High and his plans for them. They want freedom from prophecy. Okay? This is what they're trying to do. As per tradition, Pope Francis is to officially inaugurate, all right, another Roman tradition going to inaugurate the 2025 Jubilee year with the solemn opening of a holy door. Now, Yahweh Shah is the door, pursuant to the scriptures. See? And see what the Catholic Church and what all of these people have done and what they're continuously doing, they're trying to go up some other way. Let's get John the 10th chapter. See, they're doing their own thing, and they always have been. And this is what your Christianity comes from. Although they differ in certain aspects of their doctrine, ultimately it's the same thing. Okay, the Baptists, the Pentecostal, all of these different churches, all right, are off branches of the Roman Catholic Church. All right, it's just that you have the Protestants, which, you know, differ from the Catholics in a sense. but it's all still the same devil. Okay? It's still the same devil, man. This is the book of John 10:1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. But he that entereth by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name and leadeth them out. See, so Yahweh Shai is the door. As a matter of fact, when you read right here in the 9th verse, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved and shall go in and out and find pasture. So what are these devils doing? What is this devil got going on? What is this all about? This is creepy. This was the opening of the holy door. And this is just what they're showing you on camera. We know behind closed doors, they got way more enchantments going on because they need them. Okay? Because they're failing. They're being exposed. They're losing the information war. Again, the man of sin is being revealed. All right? As the scriptures say, he frustrated. It's the book of Isaiah, the 44th chapter. Let's get that real quick. Let's see here. Diviners. This is the book of Isaiah 44 and 25. That frustrated the tokens of the liars and make it diviners mad. And that's what the serpent in the garden was, a diviner, a witch. When you look up the root word for serpent, nachash, okay, it goes into one who practices witchcraft, magic, whispering, different spells. And this is what the Catholic Church is all about. What do you think all of those chants are all about? You think what does the traditions of the Catholic Church have to do with the Bible? See, why does the Pope wear the hat associated with Dagon, the fish god? Because this is nothing but a Babylonian church. See, and the Lord, through the prophets going out there, is he's frustrating the tokens of the liars and make it diviners mad and turn it wise men backwards and make it their knowledge foolish. Okay, is there wisdom in teeming, as the scriptures say? Give me 1 second here. Let's see here. Jeremiah 49:7. Concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? So through this word going out, we see how absolutely stupid these people are and how left-handed and wicked they are. What is this? I mean, this is a pope that, has welcomed sodomy, trans. Now, pope means like papa, but basically he is supposed to represent who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ in his absence. You see, you have the apostolic succession, which the authority has been passed down to these devils, right? And what have they done to truly push a righteous vibration of the Bible into the earth? Nothing. If anything, they're always associated with pedo behavior, confusion. They're not prophesying. Okay. Furthermore, this man is calling for an NWO. We'll get into that. So it's a lot going on, man. What is this? Hell no. What has this got to do with the Bible? This is nothing but that old serpent. Mind you, in the Vatican, they have that serpent hall, which is a room that's built directly into the form of a serpent. Let's look it up here. And the term Vatican has something to do with, divining, But look at that. Look at this hall. Let's see if we can get a better picture here. Look at this. Clearly, that's the serpent. This is in the Vatican. Look at all this demonic energy. You mean to tell me that's not a serpent? Because this is that old serpent called the devil and Satan. And what is this? See that hat? That's associated with Dagon, the fish god. Let's see here. Fish. It's associated with Dagon. These are Babylonian customs, rituals. You see they have that 6-pointed star. See that? Because this is the Babylon the Great. And the beast system is aided by, the Vatican. This is like the spiritual, faction of the something very fishy in Western religion. But Christians are chasing us up and down the streets and doing videos on the Israelites. As you can see, Dagon and Mesopotamian, which goes back to ancient Babel sculpture. Okay. We just got out of so-called Christmas, which is a Babylonian custom. See that? I believe that's a tree associated. So this is the same hat worn by the Pope Bishops of Rome. The Mitri hat of Dagon priest resembles an open mouth of a fish. And when you go back to some of the names associated with the cities established by Nimrod, one of them dealt with a Ninus, a fish god. So this is all that ancient crap coming back into fruition. I don't even want to hear that shit. But Christians are talking about, you saying goddamn, you said SHIT. But look what these devils are doing. Hell no. So it says, for the first time in the long-standing Jubilee tradition, back to the 15th century, the Pope will also open a fifth sacred portal in a Roman prison as a symbolic sign, inviting all prisoners to look to the future with hope and a renewed sense of confidence. So what is the future that they want? Okay, what future is he talking about? All right, as Pope Francis urges formation of global government to save humanity from existential threats. Okay, so everything that they got going, these things in the sky. Now they're talking about a new FLU, that's the bird thing that's breaking out. It's all associated with their plans to bring about this one world system, man. As Pope Francis has called on humanity to form a global government. See, he's not calling on who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ to establish the throne of David. They have their own plans. See, and within that, this is the book of Psalms, the 2nd chapter and the 1st verse. It says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?" See, the heathen are raging. "The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against his anointed." This is what they're doing. And these are the kings of the earth. See? They're taking counsel against Yahweh and against Yahweh Shai and against the holy people, saying, "Let us break their bands asunder and cast their cords from us." Let's read this in the NLT. "Let us break their chains," they cry, "and free ourselves from slavery to the Most High." So what freedom is this devil talking about? Who are the prisoners? Those who are prisoners to sin? What is he talking about? So again, I think of prisoners who, deprived of their freedom, daily feel the harshness of detention and its restrictions, lack of affection, and in more cases, lack of respect. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? And he's talking about freeing people who are complete wicked, man. As a matter of fact, let's just look it up. You see, he's for the agenda of the left hand, the Libiquita, the alphabet community. All right. As it says here, he has taken a more welcoming approach. As once the Catholic Church so-called, shun same-sex marriages. Well, since 2020, they've been more welcoming under Pope Francis. Okay. Which this is a religion of Satan. Okay. It has nothing to do with the scriptures, right? He has a more welcoming approach to the alphabet issues than his predecessors, though he has made some statements that have been criticized. All right. He supports their marriages. Okay. He sees hypocrisy in those who criticize their blessings. I mean, again, it's all over the place. There's all these gray areas when it comes to the Catholic Church and Christianity, which you may have a few preachers here and there, with a hardcore stance against alphabet behavior. But overall, with, as many, you have close to 3 billion Christians. All right. Then how many Catholics do you have in the world? How many Catholics are in the world? All right. So you have 2.2 to 3 billion Christians. Then you have 1.28 to 1.39 billion Catholics. And there has not been a serious outcry against evil under that banner. The serious outcry against evil has come with the Israelites. We've even, galvanized you so-called Christians to pick up your Bibles. You see? So they have a lot going on. Okay. This was uploaded about 2 weeks ago, but we're going to play some of this from Jason A's channel. Pope Francis just shocked the world. So it's all kind of rituals. Remember what took place at the Olympics. All of these things that they're boasting about with the climate. It's a lot happening. So much happening, it's hard to keep up. But through the spirit, we're on to these devils, man. Okay, as they will be revealed in the end times.
The Pope unveiled a Palestinian nativity scene gifted to the Vatican, featuring a representation of baby Jesus in a kfir, the traditional Palestinian national scarf draped on Jesus' cradle. The pontiff called on believers to remember the brothers and sisters who in Bethlehem and other parts of the world are suffering from the tragedy of war.
The Holy Father has announced which holy doors will be open for pilgrims, and they're not all in churches.
We begin in Rome, where they are bracing for a slew of visitors. In less than 2 weeks, millions of people will flock to the Italian capital for the Jubilee. A Jubilee year is a Catholic tradition that takes place every 25 years, and one that began more than 700 years ago. The 2025 Jubilee officially starts on December 24th of this year, when the Pope opens the Holy Door of St. Peter's Basilica.
After 5 years of restoration, Archbishop of Paris Laurent Ulrich knocked on the doors of Notre Dame. Inside, the 8,000 pipe organ filled the cathedral and the choir sang out in joy. The restored cathedral gleamed with clean stone, repainted structures, and vibrant stained glass windows. Attendees included the United Kingdom's Prince William, US First Lady Jill Biden, Ukrainian President Zelensky, and President-elect Donald Trump, standing alongside French President Macron. Notably absent was Pope Francis, who chose to decline the invitation.
Stay with us, because right now we go to the Vatican. Pope Francis will meet Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas on Thursday, as the Catholic pontiff becomes more vocal in his criticism of Israel's retaliatory military operation in Gaza following the October 7th Hamas invasion and mass abduction. Abbas travels to Italy this week, where he is set to meet with President Sergio Mattarella and Prime Minister Giorgio Meloni. And very briefly, much reaction, of course, to the Pope unveiling that Palestinian nativity scene, so to speak, gifted to the Vatican. Tell us very briefly some of the varied reactions so far.
A seasonal nativity scene at the Vatican has been removed after backlash over its depiction of baby Jesus lying on a keffiyeh, the traditional scarf used by Palestinians as a national symbol, according to reports. The keffiyeh-draped cradle, which was displayed in the Paul VI Hall, was one of a series of nativity scenes collectively titled Nativity of Bethlehem 2024, designed by 2 Palestinian artists.
The Holy Father has announced which holy doors will be open for pilgrims, and they're not all in churches. EWTN Vatican journalist Benedict Sidegren has more.
This is too much. The heathen just need to be taken out of power, man. They're all raging. It's just a bunch of evil, man. It's too much. And it has nothing to do with the Holy Scriptures, man.
An estimated 35 million pilgrims are expected to gather in Rome for the 2025 Jubilee. For many attendees, this holy year is an opportunity to deepen their union with Christ and strengthen their faith.
There's really a spiritual significance for the pilgrim to come over here and, of course, to cross the most famous holy door that is open for this specific and historical event. In fact, every 25 years.
The Jubilee will begin with the opening of the Holy Door of St. Peter's Basilica on Christmas Eve 2024.
At the Vatican today, Pope Francis is installing 21 new cardinals. Many of the new leaders are key figures in the Pope's reform agenda, which includes a crackdown on abuse. Francis is also broadening the geographic diversity of the College of Cardinals with appointments of 2 new cardinals from Asia, 2 from Africa, and 5 from Latin America.
Also included on the list is the Archbishop Dominique Mathieu of Tehran Isfahan, a Belgian Franciscan missionary based in Iran. This appointment is likely part of Pope Francis's desire to promote dialogue with Islam and peace in the Middle East.
Archbishop Rino Fisichella emphasized how the Jubilee stands as a testament to the enduring power of hope. Quoting Pope Francis, he said, "May this year of grace contribute greatly to restoring a climate of hope and trust as a prelude to the renewal and rebirth that we so urgently desire."
I want to talk about the politics going on. I think I was just seeing a moment ago.
Now, going here, and let's get the book of Isaiah 47. I know you brothers are thinking it. All right, this is the book of Isaiah. And this is the mindset of these devils, man. Isaiah 47:8, it says, "Therefore hear now this, thou that art given unto pleasures." This is part of their pleasures, man. All of this evil. And this is just what they show you on camera. Believe you me, behind closed doors, there's all kinds of evil, all right, and sacrifice going on. It says, "That dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me," meaning I'm the Most High. I set my own rules. And remember, the serpent in the garden knows that there is a higher power, but he operates in opposition to him, meaning he has the way. That's what he showed Eve. He showed her a better way, okay, to immortality. See, and this is what he's offering to the world in this time. And look at how much confusion and death is bringing forth. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. See, I'm never going to go down. All of the power they got, the technology, the science, they don't think they'll ever go down. Okay, but these two things shall come upon thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, and they shall come upon thee in their perfection. Okay, it's going to be a perfectly timed right hook. All right, right hand from the Most High through Yahweh Shai. For the multitude of thy sorceries. This is one of the main crimes of Babylon, is her sorceries. Okay, and the false prophet, the Catholic Church, aids Babylon. And for the abundance of thine enchantments. These are all enchantments that we're looking at here. You see? For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. So they operated in secrecy. Okay? But now we're living in a time where he's being revealed. And that's a beautiful thing. See, because at the forefront of it is ultimately the men of the Lord through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai who are testifying against this devil. Now he's being investigated. Now all of his evils are coming out. And we ain't seen nothing yet. Okay? So basically, none seeth me. He operated in secrecy for a time. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. As the scriptures say, he transgressed by wine, his philosophy, okay, his principles. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. See, and the system he's setting up is in total opposition to the Most High God, Yahweh. See, they're going to fight against his only begotten son, and they damn sure hate the holy people of the Heavenly Father. So therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know whence it riseth, from whence it riseth. So the Lord is getting ready to come down on you devils, man, because you have too much influence, control, power, you see, wealth. You have a military, like a blessing from the Most High in the form of your military. So it seems in the flesh like you're never going to go down. And mischief shall fall on thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off. And the desolation that shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments. And let's look up the word enchantments, because this is what we're witnessing. Basically witchcraft. Okay, the word in the Hebrew is chabad. Okay, chabad. Association, company, band, shared association, society, a magician, a charmer, all right, and one who does magic spells. And this is what they're into. And it's actually a power. It's a reason why all of the top magicians in the world are small hats. They've tapped into something on the left-hand side. And the scriptures speak against that. Okay? The scriptures are against, all right, the witchcraft. And this is the energy of the serpent. Remember, the serpent in the garden, Genesis, the 3rd chapter. The serpent was more subtle than any other beast of the field. Now, is the serpent a beast? So what is that talking about? These are talking about nations of people who are on the planet Earth, man. It wasn't no damn snake. Nachash is the Hebrew word. All right. And we're going to get the root of this Hebrew word. To practice divination, divine, observe signs, learn by experience, diligently observe, practice fortune telling, take as an omen, practice divination, observe signs, omens, prognosticate, a magic spell, enchanter, enchantment. Okay, so Babylon has taken on that spirit of the old serpent, which after the flood, that energy was continued in the earth through, all right, the sons of Ham. Okay, Cush had a notable kingdom, all right, under Nimrod. This is where all of these practices that we're witnessing go back to. You see? So stand now with thine enchantments. And with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so thou mayest prevail. And we'll see. Because they're calling on these different gods, goddesses, and doing all of these enchantments to help them to establish their NWO, to send out as much confusion, allow all kind of spiritual, wickedness to take place, setting up chaos. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, and the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. And this is ultimately their plan, okay, to get out of what's coming upon them. Okay, so Pope Francis has called humanity to form a global government. All right, the Tower of Babel all over again, to deal with existential threats facing humanity, including sea change and economic disparity during his annual message for peace for January 1st, 2025. Okay, so peace and safety are going to be at the forefront of this new world they bring. The existential threats facing the world cannot be dealt with by sovereign nations alone because the problems are systematic and interconnected, he claims, and thus must be addressed by a global government. See that? Systematic challenges, distinct yet interconnected, are thus created together, cause havoc in our world. The pontiff states in his message for the 58th World Day of Peace. See that? Let's see here. I think in a particular of all manner of disparities, the inhuman treatment meted out to migrants, environmental decay, the confusion willfully created by disinformation, the refusal to engage in any form of dialogue, and the immense resources spent on the industry of war. These devils are through. All these taken together, he insists, present a threat of existential to the existential of humanity as a whole. Existence of humanity as a whole. Each of us feel in some way responsible for the devastation to which the earth, our common home, has been subjected, beginning with those actions. And why is the earth in the condition that it's in? Because of the rulers of the earth. Who rules? You all rule. Okay? For years, the Pope has argued that humanity needs this is a buzzword too, you can read that, a GR, to create a new global economy and political authority, especially following the CV Pan D. Okay, because this marked them starting that NWO. Okay, really honing in on what they want. We will be able to regenerate society and not return to so-called normality, which is an ailing normality, indeed, which was ailing before the demic. The demic highlighted it, he said in 2020, adding that the old normality was sick with injustice, inequality, and environmental degradation. So they got to fix everything. Okay? Let's see here. God asks us to dare to create something new, he declared. We cannot return to the false securities of the political and economic systems we had before the crisis. We need economies that give all access to the fruits of creation, to the basic needs of life, land, lodging, and labor. We need to slow down, take stock, and design better ways of living together on this earth. The WF at Davos, which is a high place, the highest place in Europe where they meet, okay, welcome what it saw as the Pope's endorsement to the GR program, highlighting the similarity between their visions because they're all interconnected. And let's not forget, okay, let's get this. off of Instagram.
Of the combination of artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and big data. So it's a combination of the different technologies which really bring the fundamental change. And finally, I think we have to be prepared for a world where we see a fusion of our physical, our digital, and our biological dimensions. So it will be a world integrating the physical, biological, and the digital dimensions. So it will be a new world. And I'm looking for a minister in 10 years. Probably it will be completely different from what it is now.
Is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash.
So there you go. Okay. And let's go back here a little bit, see what else they got here. So they're going to merge your physical with the digital. How do you think that's going to be completed? A new world to make it safe, peace. Okay, so they're all interconnected. Okay, it's all interconnected, man. All interconnected. Let's get the book of Revelation. And this is ultimately going to take place, all right, leading to Armageddon, leading to World War III. It says, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon. Okay, and this system is the dragon, the Roman Empire. This is the revival of Rome. And out of the mouth of the beast, okay, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. And the false prophet represents what? All right, the Roman Catholic Church, man, out of the Vatican. Okay, and they're responsible, as it says here, for they are the devil, the spirit of devils working miracles, which go forth into the kings of the whole world to gather them to the battle of the great day of God Almighty. See? Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. See? And this word watcheth, let's look this up in the Greek. Gregorio, like the Gregorian calendar. To watch metaphorically, to give strict attention to be cautious, to be active, be sober, be vigilant. So when we doing these videos, we ain't doing these videos to, oh, look what deep information I found. No, we're warning you because we're in some very evil times. Remember the Lord in Proverbs 16, he created the wicked for these very days. Proverbs 16:4, the Lord have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Okay, so who knows what the hell they got going on? We know that it's nothing good. You see, it's definitely nothing good. And the Heavenly Father has put the Spirit on us to look at these things and look into these things, man, because they got something planned. Okay, so that one world talking point is playing itself out. All right, synonymously, you got all kind of witchcraft and rituals going on. But here it is: Biden signs bill to officially make the bald eagle the national bird of the U.S. Okay, this is the book of Jeremiah 49:16. Thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou dwellest in the cleft of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. So the Lord is getting ready to take you devils down, man. The book of Obadiah says the same thing. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, which is the highest flying bird. And when you look at their pseudoscience, they're pretty much those small hats sit at they're the elite, wisest, smartest, greatest nation. Edomite supremacy. He's used pseudoscience to, put himself on this pedestal as the greatest. Okay, and eagles are vicious. They see afar off, right? No other bird can fly as high as them. See, so they've set themselves as the greatest nation of people, starting with those small hats. So though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, okay, which Rome bore the eagle, all of the kingdoms associated with the beast system bore the eagle, including the Greeks. And set thou nest among the stars. Okay. He's all out in the space. And then this word nest is also a buzzword, okay, for his weaponry. Okay. As a matter of fact, you can look up the term nest. It's a part of their military dealing with NEST, Nuclear Emergency Support Team. Okay, so he think he got it on lock, man. Okay, it's primarily made of people who work elsewhere in the government, scientists, federal law enforcement, personnel, and regulators, who all take time out of their day jobs to prepare for a nuclear incident. See, and Esau has been blessed with the sword, man. So he figures he'll never go down. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle and set thy nest among the stars. Okay, they have their sixth branch of military, which is what? All right, the Space Force. Okay, look it up. Let's see here, the sixth addition to the military is the U.S. Space Force. Okay. And you best believe they're going to use that to shoot down beams on humans on Earth. And they're also going to use it to fight against the second coming of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And that's foretold in the book of 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter, man. Okay. So a lot is going on here, man. Okay. It's official. The bald eagle officially declared U.S. national bird. Okay, so we're in some high prophetic times, man. Okay, in 2024, Elon Musk predicted that hundreds of millions of people will have his brain chip within the next 20 years. So don't forget to hold him to it. Now, for some reason, let me get this video here. It's like Elon Musk is now the stand-in president. Okay, he's pretty much setting the tone, all right, for the new world that they want. He's all of a sudden associated with politics. There was this one video. Here we go.
Richest man in the world has enormous influence in the upcoming administration.
And he's not the richest man in the world. It's a play on words. He's not the richest man in the world, not even close.
Richest man in the world has enormous influence in the upcoming administration. Billionaire Elon Musk, co-head of President-elect Trump's Department of Government Efficiency, has been ubiquitous as the transition team does his work. He's even gotten a spending bill killed that could have led to a government shutdown the weekend before Christmas.
Take over, Elijah! The president-elect is facing major blowback today after First Buddy Elon Musk took charge and ordered Republicans to torpedo a major spending bill, bringing the government to the brink of a shutdown. Kill the bill, Musk blasted. This bill is terrible. What a scam.
Elon Musk, the world's richest man, just tweeted, this bill should not pass.
Well, I was communicating with Elon.
And they just throwing that richest man thing around. He's not the richest man. Okay, he comes from a rich family, right? His mother's a witch. You know, his dad's involved in, you know, they got money, but he's not the richest man in the world. He don't have any, he don't have more money than the bankers. See, but this is just something they throw out there and people run with it. Oh, he's the richest man in the world. He's not the richest man in the world. He's not the one in control. Even this brain chip thing, Okay, he's just the face of this particular company, but there's all kind of companies bringing forth this technology. Okay, and this is where they're going with it. Okay, this is the world that they're planning on bringing. All right, where you will be merged with machine, and they will recreate man in their own image. This is why in Revelation, the 13th chapter, you see the plan of the beast to bring about this. And then in Revelation, the 14th chapter, you see a stern, hardcore warning associated with the everlasting gospel going out, associated with the new song by the men of the Lord. Revelation 14:9, the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hands. Anton Daniels ain't saying this. Who's saying this? The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And the same shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, because those chariots are going to be up there. And as the scriptures say, we're going to watch the fall of our enemies. Okay, and this is why in verse 12 it says, because we're out here with this message. This means God's holy people must endure persecution patiently, obeying his commands and maintaining their faith in Yahweh Shai, because they're literally coming with this plan right before our very eyes. Okay, and Trump says he's planning to seek the death penalty for violent offenders. He's also said death penalty for those who speak against the small hats. President-elect Donald Trump is re-upping campaign promise after President Joe Biden commuted the sentences of nearly every prisoner on the federal government's death row. Trump said Tuesday he plans to direct the Justice of Department to pursue the death penalty for violent offenders. And in the world to come, what's going to be deemed a violent offender? Remember, they're going to make you an offender for a word. And this is why you see many Israelites starting to tuck their tails. And we love, the gospel's about love, love everyone. Hey, man, look, Yahweh Shai is coming back to take and rebuke all of this madness. The scriptures say Yahweh Shai is going to come and rebuke the wicked inventions and devices of the wicked. He ain't coming back to hand out hugs. See? A promise he made on the campaign trail if he won. All right. 13 federal inmates will put to death during Trump's first term. As soon as I'm inaugurated, I will direct the Justice Department to vigorously pursue the death penalty to protect American families and children from violent rapists, murderers, and monsters. We will be a nation of law and order again. So he's coming with the bang. And remember, he said he was going to bring back this act. Okay, the 1798 Alien Enemies Act. Under this law, the president can authorize the arrest, relocation, or deportation of any male over the age of 14 who hail from a foreign enemy country. It also provided some legal protections for those subject to the law. And it also, went in on people who were speaking against the government. And we just saw, this situation with this migrant who so-called killed this woman by setting her on fire on the train. Okay. And what did Elon Musk tweet immediately after this happened? Enough is enough. See if we can find that. Enough is enough, says Elon Musk on death of woman who was burnt alive. So again, and this was a Northern Kingdom who did this. So who knows? If he gets in, he could just wage war on the Northern Kingdom. Eventually, they're going to wage war on the people who are speaking things that are true. Then they're going to come after the prophets, man. This is all going to be put together. They're going to put all of these things together: domestic terrorists, migrants, all right, truthers, misinfo. Because you people think Trump represents your freedom. Trump is getting ready to get in there, all right, and come down with great wrath, okay? Even on you regular everyday Edomites. You think he's getting ready to make America great again. They're getting ready to come down with the hammer, okay? And again, it's the same play from 2020, all right, where a presidency and election is associated with an outbreak. As you see, 61 confirmed bee flu cases leading to another demic, man. Okay? How America lost control of the bee flu, setting the stage for another demic. Okay? And there you go. And why do you think this cattle has these numbers attached to their ears? All right, because they're on a registry. This is, again, what they seek to do with humans with that mark, man. Okay? But, again, the devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath, man. Okay? All of these things are being talked about, being thrown out in the news all over again. Okay, you have all of these threats, all of these boogeymen. Okay? And when it's all said and done, okay, peace and safety is going to be the answer to it. Okay? Let's get that. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, we got to get the hell out of here, man. Man. No comment. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, man. Okay? So we're seeing, the wars, rumors of wars. We're seeing the famines. We're seeing the pestilence. We're seeing everything associated, all right, with our Lord returning, man. Okay? All kind of things are being outed. Okay, all of these so-called celebs and people that were worshipped and, looked at as gods, you're gonna find out all of them are part of the whole thing as well, man. Okay, it's all gonna come out. 2025 is getting ready to be crazy. Jay-Z plan to avoid prison by snitching. All right, snuff tape featuring LeBron. And we don't know the truth of this, but all of them are involved, man. Okay, British government announces plan to make independent websites illegal, man. So they're getting ready to come down on the people because there's so much that's going to come out. They're going to have to, get control of it. Okay. Health experts predict deadly quademic this winter. Okay, so it's already, the stage is being set. A lot of, brothers, sisters are getting sick. Okay, it's a rerun of what happened in 2020. We already know where this is going to go. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiah Shai, may we be covered. And people are onto them. All right, so again, a fake alien invasion, something to usher in that one world, all right, that they're planning. Okay, they got a lot planned, and they have a short time to do it. Okay, so like they say, the decades can take place in weeks. So a lot is getting ready to happen, man. So, Lord willing, y'all will edify. We'll be back with more. I'm going to just end it, man. Absolute madness. Shalom.